Okay, hi Virgo men, welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thanks so much for supporting the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do a general message. Let's see what the energy is like for you guys. Now, this is a general message, so it may not resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates for you masculines and leave the rest. Anybody interested in a personal reading, my information is always down below. Thank you to those who do reach out for those, and thanks to those who donate to the channel, and to those of you who do subscribe. It's very much appreciated. So I do hope that everybody is doing well, okay? But Spirit, what's the strongest energy here today for my masculines? Now, cross watcher, if you are in here because you're dealing with a Virgo man, feel free to flip the roles. What do we have for my Virgo men? Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and Venus. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get a card for now and a card for going forward? What's the strongest energy here, Spirit? And going forward. So I do have a card that is turning over, and it does say the right way. Number 21 could be significant, or 12, or the number 3. Now the 3 of Wands does talk about planning for the future, making preparations. The 3 of Wands also does talk about being able to see the bigger picture of something here. So it says learning to create what you deserve. So it kind of feels a little bit like the Justice card, that energy. So the first card coming out, you have the number 3. Could be significant, okay? It says follow the white rabbit. Now, anytime I get this card, it instantly makes me think of the Matrix. Okay, it makes me think of Neo. And I know you must know the movie, a lot of you. Some of you may not have watched it. But you know that energy of follow the white rabbit? When Neo was getting that message on his computer. And he didn't understand what it meant. And then, you know, when that woman knocked on the door, when they came to buy whatever they came to buy from him, okay? And she had the white rabbit on her back. And he just had this inkling to just, that's the sign. Let me just follow these people, right? I don't know them from nowhere, but I know there's just something inside me that is saying follow that. So maybe masculines, maybe there is something that your intuition is trying to tell you. And it could be trying to tell you about doing something the right way or following the right path. Confirmation. Now, it could be about a specific thing, or it could be about following the right path for you. But it says curiosity meets opportunity. So you see that leap of faith may take somebody to a place where it opens up doors for you, or it changes your life. So show me going forward. It is coming out sideways, and coming out sideways can talk to me about a blockage, okay? It is the number 37. Could be significant, or 73, but it does boil down to a 10. And 10s does talk about endings. So again, maybe this energy of closing one door so Spirit can open another door for you. It says nature communication. And it's funny because if I think about nature, I would think about animals, right? I think about trees or butterflies or birds or whatever you want to connect to nature to, right? So again, going back to this rabbit energy. It says flower energies, fairy energies, and it says elemental messages. Spirit is trying to talk to somebody here, okay? Show me more. What do we have for my Virgo men, Spirit? And going forward. So the bottom of the deck, you do have this number 37 again, like the nature communication. So I don't know if some of you are experiencing some issues when it comes to your finances with the poverty card. But like I said, Spirit is trying to lead someone to some sort of new opportunity. You have the sudden wealth coming out with follow the white rabbit. The number 11 could be significant. But the 11 boils down to a 2. And the 2 for me does talk about making choices. Yeah, pathway. And distant horizon. You got house and despair. Someone here may be having home issues, okay? Maybe someone is not happy where they're living at this time. But let's see going forward. Yeah, I did say the number 37 boils down to a 10. And you have the journey card coming out here. And the journey card is a number 10. So some of you, it feels like you're on a path here where Spirit is saying it's going no further here. Like I said, it's time. It's almost like that Wheel of Fortune. It's time for a shift. It's time for a new chapter. It's time for some of you to get on your destined path. And I feel like some of you may have been resisting this for one reason or the other. For some of you, I'm hearing it's about maybe the people that you have around you. So whether this is family members, whether this is friends. Some of you, it may be fear. Fear of the unknown. Journey. Show me more from my masculines. Thank you, Spirit. Follow the white rabbit and sudden wealth. Why is it here? The Tower. Now, the Tower talks about a sudden upheaval. It can talk about an epiphany. It can talk about something here maybe crashing down around you. And I'm hearing, even though you may be trying to still hold it up, it may be crashing down around you because it's not built on a solid foundation. The Tower is a number 19, could be significant, or 91, but again, it boils down to a 10. Now, in this deck, the Tower does also talk about things like maybe loneliness. I don't know if some of you have been in hermit mode. Maybe it's time for you to get back out in nature. Maybe it's time for you to rejoin the world. But I'll see more. Because this could also talk about someone who maybe has some sort of legal issues. What's this over here? Bottom of the deck, you have the anchor and the clover. But you have it with the letter. And I feel like the letter is an energy, again, of this communication, these signs and synchronicities that Spirit is trying to send someone here. Someone here may want to communicate with somebody. But the 2 cards that is coming out for you with this journey, you have the ring and you have the coffin. Lots of energy here of endings, right? Now, the coffin is a number 8, could be significant. Or maybe it's saying to me here that for some of you, I don't know if you are keeping yourself in some sort of a karmic cycle. Sometimes when I see the 8, it gives me that energy of the never-ending story. Sometimes when it is about a relationship, it gives me that energy where I hear the song, make up to break up, that's all we do. Because you have the ring here. So there, like I said, it could be about a marriage. It could be about a commitment. The ring talks about a promise, a partnership, a deal, a contract, cycles. Someone here has to end something so something else can begin. So let's see what comes out in the tarot. All right, Spirit. What do we have for my Virgo men? What is the energy here? What is the white rabbit, sudden wealth, and the Tower? Coming out sideways, landing on the Tower is the Knight of Pentacles, which is your energy. I see the Strength card at the bottom of the deck. You have the Chariot, which is an energy of moving forward. It's an energy of willpower. It's an energy of overcoming any kind of obstacles here. It's also, for me, the Chariot is about following divine guidance. And I'm looking at the man that's sitting in this chariot, and I see one of the first things I see is the heart right in the middle of him, right? Where I was saying following your heart at the beginning. Making some sort of move is going to bring in some sort of balance for somebody here. I'm looking at the yin yang symbol. And I really feel like something has to do with relocating as well, because, or a marriage, right, or a commitment. Because even though this is the Chariot, I'm noticing that I can see like the energy of the Four of Wands in the background. Show me more. And you have the Devil. All right, what's this energy over here? The Journey, the Ring, the Coffin, and the Communication. Landing on the Devil is the Hierophant. Ooh, is this a toxic connection? Or I don't know if this has something to do with religion or tradition here. But I really feel like it's time for someone here to step into some sort of leadership role. I feel like someone here has enough knowledge and enough wisdom here. But show me more. The Empress at the bottom of the deck with the Moon. What do we have for Virgo men? Coming out in the reverse is a Queen of Pentacles, and that's sitting on the ring. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles can represent a maternal figure. This could be a wife energy. Or this could have something to do with another earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. But show me more, Spirit. What's the Knight of Pentacles? Because it looks like I said, I don't know if this is an energy with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, a loss of finances. All right, we'll see. What's the Knight of Pentacles? Something here isn't abundant, or something here is stopping your financial flow. You may have someone who is codependent around you. Could have someone who is draining your finances. So, Knight of Pentacles is the Ace of Cups. And that talks about new beginnings, right? It talks about new love, but it also talks about self-love, right? Again, this energy where I was saying following your heart here. The Ace of Cups talks about happiness and joy, celebrations. Show me more, because something could have something to do with a pregnancy. But I feel like this is about somebody going after something that they desire. What's the Ace of Cups? With the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who has a very solid offer. But it is also someone who is very practical, right? They want to make sure that they're doing the right thing here. Which is why I feel like they take their time to make whatever decision this is. You have the Page of Swords. So they could be someone that maybe you are watching, or someone that you are curious about here, right? Curiosity meets opportunity. The Page of Swords also, though, is that energy of somebody who is just watching and looking and not saying anything or taking any action, right? The Page of Swords can talk about someone who is definitely in that energy where they're thinking before they speak. Now, I feel like with this energy of curiosity, maybe some of you are watching something or you're learning about something here. But something has caught your eye, or someone. I just saw 1444 on the clock, so 444. Which is a master number. And then you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups talks about walking away. Why do I feel like this message is going to be a little bit repetitive? And maybe it needs to be. Because maybe this is an energy where Spirit is saying, can you hear me now? So maybe this is a confirmation for someone. Eight of Cups talks about abandoning something, walking away. And usually because it doesn't emotionally fulfill you anymore. Or like I was saying at the beginning, there's just this inner energy or inner feeling where you just know that you desire more. You feel incomplete. It's that energy of like, who says it? Is it Jay-Z? This can't be life. There's got to be more. And there is. But Spirit says you got to go out there and see. It's that energy where I'm hearing Spirit say, seek and you shall find. The Eight of Cups with the Ace of Cups makes the Nine of Cups. And that talks about wish fulfillment. That talks about your heart's desires and dreams. That talks about feeling contented and satisfied. What's the Chariot? Chariot is a Six of Cups. Show me more. Coming out sideways, maybe the blockage here. It landed on the Tower and it's the Ten of Swords. And one more. And coming out sideways is a blockage. It's the Queen of Swords. So some of you could be dealing with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. It doesn't have to be. I don't know if this Queen of Swords is an energy of someone who is around you where, like I said, maybe you may be afraid to move away from this person, or maybe you're afraid of what someone will say or do or how they will act. But for others of you, I feel like this Queen of Swords is coming out sideways because there may have been some sort of wise counsel that was given to you, some sort of advice. Maybe you was told some sort of truth and maybe you ignored it. Maybe you didn't want to know. Maybe you didn't believe at the time. Maybe you are afraid to reach out to whoever this Queen of Swords is. Because the Queen of Swords is someone who is very direct. She's very clear. She has very good discernment here. But you have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So I don't know if this is something to do with the past. I don't know if this has something to do with children, or I don't know if this has something to do with someone who is innocent. Because the Ten of Swords is a betrayal. It's backstabbing. It's malicious gossip. It's a curse for some of you. Hexing, I'm hearing. Show me more about the Ten of Swords. Show me more about the Ten of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. The Judgment. Ooh. So someone could be getting karma for something here. Now, the Judgment also is an energy of reconciliation and forgiveness. Maybe someone wants you to forgive them. Maybe you want someone to forgive you. Page of Wands. Well, it's going to take communication. It's going to take for someone here to take some sort of action. What's the Judgment and the Page of Wands? Because the Page of Wands, yeah, the Two of Wands. Make a choice. That makes the Three of Wands, which we were talking about at the beginning, and we saw the threes at the beginning. So you have two paths in front of you, someone. Three of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. You have two paths in front of you. It's that energy where Spirit says you decide. Stay, go. Three of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. Someone here may also be feeling guilty, and it could have something to do with maybe receiving money for, I want to say something underhanded. What's the Devil? Why is the Devil here, Spirit? Now, I'm looking at the number of the Devil before I even see what this card is, right? It's a number 15, but the way I saw it is number 1 is that new beginning, a fresh start, okay? You have the number 5, which talks about to have this new beginning, this fresh start. There needs to be some sort of change here. Now, the fives also does talk about conflict and things like that. This devil could be an energy of, I almost wanted to say guilt, because I'm looking at these two people here, and both of them kind of have their head bowed down. Something could have to do with sexual energy, because both of these people are naked. I'm even getting an energy here where there may be someone here who may not be too happy about a pregnancy. If that is even the case, just know that every child is a blessing. I say that. Okay, let me move on. You have the Ten of Pentacles coming out with the devil. So someone could be very materialistic as well here with this Ten of Pentacles. What's the Ten of Pentacles? This can talk about family. This can talk about an inheritance, a trust fund. Or this can talk about somebody, like I said, needing to move on to their divine path here, right? Ten of Pentacles can talk to me about maybe breaking generational curses, living in your purpose, receiving some sort of gift from your ancestors, your angels. Show me more about the Ten of Pentacles. The Emperor. Aries, Taurus energy. Show me more. What's the Ten of Pentacles with the Emperor? The Queen of Cups. So the Emperor could be, someone could be dealing with a Scorpio, Death card, but the Emperor could be this energy where you need to kind of step into this leadership role, right? The Emperor talks about someone who is a provider, a protector. It talks about someone who has some sort of authority, or someone who, like I said, has some sort of control, is someone who is very focused, someone who has boundaries, someone who builds empires. Thank you, Spirit. Who's this Queen of Cups? Because I have a Queen of Swords out here and a Queen of Cups. Who's this Queen of Cups? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Or this could be someone that you are looking at as the Queen of Cups. Someone who's very loving, very caring, very nurturing, right? Coming out sideways. The Moon. Show me more. Cancer, Pisces energy. Why did the Moon come out sideways? Because of the Knight of Cups. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Cups can also be someone who's very intuitive, especially with it coming out with the Moon. Now, I don't know if you are holding your feelings back from somebody here with that Moon coming out sideways. Like I said, maybe fear is an issue here. Or maybe you have some sort of insecurities. Not for everybody. If the cap doesn't fit, don't wear it. Or you could have some sort of anxiety. Give me one more. The Moon and the Knight of Cups. Because the Knight of Cups with that Queen of Cups would make the Two of Cups energy. Three of Wands. Is this someone who you're watching from a distance? Your energy with the High Priestess. Five of Cups with the Ace of Wands. Feels like this is someone that you want to reach out to. What's the Hierophant? The Hierophant is a Ten of Wands. I almost wanted to flip around. I feel like some of you have given something another chance and it's kind of just like turned out the same way. You have the Moon coming out again, landing on that Queen of Cups. Now, for some of you, even though this Queen of Cups is in the upright, right? I don't know if this is somebody you provide for with the Ten of Cups, but the Devil is out here. Some of you may have some sort of trauma bond with somebody. Or you're just dealing with someone who's very materialistic. So what is the Ten of Wands and the Moon? The Two of Swords. Yeah, someone here is at a crossroads. Ten of Wands talks about someone who is carrying too much. You know, it talks about stress. It can talk about someone who has too much responsibilities. It can talk about someone who feels like they are restricted or they feel like something is too hard to do, to achieve. Stalemate. Needing to make a choice, but it's also that energy of someone who is maybe pretending that there is no problem. Torn between two. between a rock and a hard place. What's the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse? I just saw the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. Yeah, it's like somebody wants to move away, but they feel like something here is too challenging, but it's heavy on someone's mind here. Maybe someone here is regretting marrying someone. It's very possible. Maybe someone feels like they rushed into something because they thought it would be victorious. Show me more about this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So we have coming out sideways is the Knight of Wands. We have coming out sideways, landing on the Devil, is the King of Swords. Oh. This King of Swords might be Archangel Michael. Especially with it landing on that Devil and coming out sideways, almost like he's trying to keep the Devil at bay. But show me more. What's the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse? Because this could just be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Someone here may be a player. The World card. Give me one on the Two of Swords. The Three of Wands came back out. Okay. All right. Give me one on the King of Swords with the World card and the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is usually someone who is non-committal. The Nine of Cups. So give me one on the Knight of Wands. Someone could be receiving, oh yeah, as I said it, the Hermit hit the Queen of Swords. So this could be about something coming to light, right? So this King of Swords could still be your energy where, like I said, maybe someone here is, you have received some sort of truth or clarity here. And I don't know if it's about someone who is a liar or a cheater. The Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse, right? So like I said, it is attached to that ring. So if this is like a wife or someone you've been in a relationship with, for some of you here, like I said, you may have found that someone is just not trustworthy. Someone can make reckless decisions. Or maybe someone here is just immature. Knight of Wands. You have the Hermit coming out. Why is the Hermit here? The Ten of Cups. And for some of you, this could be about charging ahead and just kind of being fearless and going after what it is that you want. Or it may have something to do with family. Give me one more on the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, the Ten of Cups. The Six of Wands. Something here will be victorious. Okay. What is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse is the Ace of Swords. You have the Page of Cups. There could be some sort of truth about a child, or like I said, maybe your intuition is telling you something. The High Priestess landed on the Ten of Pentacles. Show me more. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The Four of Wands. A marriage, a home. Where is the Ace of Pentacles? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. A lack of money, poor financial control. It says a lack of opportunities. It says or lost opportunities. So some of you may feel like you lost some sort of opportunity. Or like I said, someone here may be going through some sort of karma and they're experiencing financial hardship. What's the Four of Wands for the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? For the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, because someone here is the truth. Someone here is very intuitive. Four of Wands. Some of you may have been getting tarot readings. Maybe you need to be careful of that, especially with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. 4 of Wands is the 9 of Wands. And the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. Something may not be easy, but it may be worth it. So let's move on. What's the energy look like in love for my masculines? What's the energy in love, Spirit? What's the strongest energy here? You have worth waiting for. It says divine timing is at work in your love life. And then you also have let your friends help you. It says ask and accept support from others. And then you also have engagement. And it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, maybe some of you wonder if you're rushing into something here. And maybe you are engaged to someone. Maybe some of you are wondering, hey, you know what? Do I really want to get married right now? Yeah, I don't know. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Show me more about love. What is worth waiting for, Spirit? You have daydreaming, and it landed on the 8 of Cups. And it says, I'm always longing for you. You have chaser. It says, I don't want to chase anymore. You have commitment. It says, I want you to be a part of my future. You have unsatisfied. Yeah, that's what the 8 of Cups is. It says, I wasn't happy the way things were going. You have detachment. It says, I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. So you may have somebody who is after you here. But I don't know if you are working on yourself and you have coming out sideways as a blockage. It says reveal. It says, I want to tell you the truth. So let's go one more round. What's daydreaming and unsatisfied? My masculines in love, Spirit. You have unworthy. It says you're a better person than I am. I keep seeing this reunion at the bottom of the deck where it says we will always come back to each other. What's chaser and detachment? It says understanding. It says I see your side of the story. And sometimes maybe that's how it's supposed to happen, right? Someone here, I don't know if someone here is beating themselves up about something. Okay, Spirit. What's commitment and reveal? I don't know if someone here is beating themselves up about something. Guilty. And this magpie is outside, just hovering around. And I'm just wondering, what does this mean? But it says guilty. It says, I feel pain from the damage I have caused. They're showing me a bit in Game of Thrones. And I think I've spoken about this before. And it's a bit where, is her name Cersei? Where it makes me think of all the wicked things that she did, right? And then when the tables kind of turned on her and she had to do that walk of atonement, right? And all I can hear Spirit is saying confess, confess. But it was that energy of, even though she did the walk of atonement and they made her do that walk of atonement butt naked, cut her hair off, everything. And as painful as it was for her and how embarrassing and shameful, it kind of makes me feel like once she did the walk of atonement and reached back to her palace, castle, whatever you call it. It's almost like the energy of a clean slate. So I feel like what I'm trying to say here is, if anyone here is feeling guilty about something, as long as you have recognized that and you're prepared to go forward and, like it says, do the right thing here, it makes me feel like our God is a forgiving God. Confirmation. That's why the magpie hanging around. You know? So all right. Let me now get a few cards. Let's move on and see if there's any advice when it comes to your finances and your money, your career, your business. What do we have from a masculine spirit? What's the energy for finances and career? So you have sweet success. It says it is not difficult to get everything you want and enjoy it. It says get what you want. I don't know if someone here has like a cold or a flu. I'm not wishing it on you. But there's something here about congestion or the nose area. And maybe you have allergies or something. You have money tree. It says dreams come true. It says you will get what you have longed, what you have long desired. It says enjoy your wealth. You have a helping hand. Okay. It says need others to assist with service. It says increased productivity. It says no one can handle it all. And it's making me feel like that energy, because it's just one hand here. It's that energy of one hand can't clap, right? So for some of you, maybe you do need advice. Maybe you do need some sort of help here. It's that energy of don't be afraid to ask. Even if I always say, even if it's not from another human, you know, don't be afraid to ask spirit for what you want, because they will show you the way. But like I did say, some of you here, there may be something you need to end or let go of, which may be affecting your finances. I keep seeing fast changes. See, it says things happen suddenly in a short period and hurry. It says take bold steps forward. All right, give me 3 more. So we have winning with sweet success. It says sooner or later luck comes to everyone. It says don't spend everything at once. Landing on sudden wealth, you have wisdom. And it says insight into the nature of physical objects give you foresight. Insight into nature of physical objects give you foresight. So you do have this nature communication out here, okay? It says use your best judgment. And one more. Thank you. Landing on the Knight of... landing on the Knight of Coins. And what did I say? The Knight of Coins is the slowest knight in the deck. It's like he has an offer, or he has a good idea, or he knows something solid, but he's not moving. You have shedding. It says reducing losses. It says elimination and completion, a new metamorphosis. You know what I'm talking about. Metaphor. How do you say it? You know what I'm talking about. So it says time to set higher goals. Yeah, it's time to shed the old skin. Or some of you, like I said, I don't know if you have a snake around you that may be affecting your money. Be careful of people you are working with. Be careful of the deals that you're making. Be careful of the investments that you are making, especially if they are not above board, right? It's the love of money is a source of all evil. It's not that you must just do anything for money. No, because what kind of karma are you going to bring from that? You know, what energy are you going to get back from that? But let's move on. Anything that my masculines need to be aware of? Wow. Okay. The first one I saw was powerful personal growth, but I think I had the cards the wrong way round, and I just saw 40:04 on the clock, so 44 again. Could be significant, boils down to an 8. Anything my masculines need to be aware of, just give me 3 cards. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, first one coming out, it says healing from heartache. Number 36 could be significant, or 63, but it boils down to a 9. So some of you have been through something painful here, okay? Or maybe you need to be aware of someone who is healing from heartbreak. Maybe someone who is emotionally unstable at this time. But if it's for you guys, with the number 9, it says to me that you can get through this because it's given the 9 of Wands. Now, the 9 of Wands, we all know, is a wounded warrior, right? Hasn't had the best time. Hasn't had the easiest journey. But it's not the end of the road. I always explain the 9 of Wands as he has 8 wands behind him, which talks about moving forward so that things can pick up speed for you. But he holds 1 wand, which is that desire to have a new beginning. But he is kind of looking back. So maybe the fear of things repeating. Maybe the fear of getting hurt again, right? So maybe someone here really has their guards up. Don't let the past hold you back. What do my masculines need to be aware of? What is this? The power of 3. Another number 9. 99 could be significant. This is not going to be for everyone, right? Just take it how it resonates, or flip it if you want to. There may be a masculine in here that is maybe into some sort of witchcraft. I am hearing voodoo or something like that, right? Just take it how it resonates. Or this could be somebody around you, right? It says the power of 3. But what I'm noticing on this card is that one of these people have their eyes open. So someone here is seeing something from a different perspective. Or if you are into this, okay, and maybe I don't know what you kind of do with this hoodoo, voodoo, whatever magic, right? Maybe it's to manifest money. I don't think like there's anything wrong with that unless you are trying to manifest off other people. I don't know if you... Listen. I feel like what this card is saying, you know better. Right? Moving on. Yeah, I see. Look, now we've got the 2 little witches. I feel like somebody removes themselves from something. But all right, give me one more. Anything that my masculines need to be aware of? What am I getting stuck on? It says an important end, a new beginning. And that is what we have been talking about throughout this whole reading. What did I just say? Someone here knows better. They see clearly, okay? It says you see clearly, clairvoyance. Or like I said, maybe someone here got some sort of tarot reading with the Ace of Swords here and the High Priestess. Or maybe you are just very intuitive. But you see clearly. And then you have a number 1 here, which represents beginnings. It says count your blessings. Someone here gets a second chance, or a third chance, or a fourth chance. But it's another chance. I would take it. Anything that you need to release. Anything that my masculines need to release, Spirit. You have rejection, loss, and fragmented. You need to release the feeling or the energy of disappointment and hurt and show me more. What's rejection, loss, and fragmented? Yeah, the Ace of Wands. There's that new beginning waiting for you. Yeah, look, you have it twice. This represents the Ace of Wands. And so does this. Action, courage, beginnings. Show me more. You have control and tactics. Yeah, and that's sitting on top of those three witchy sisters. So I don't know if you feel like you've been under some sort of control, and even if you do feel like that, even more reason for you to get up, fight, and push forward. I was just saying it before I press record, who has this song? I think it's Movado, where he says something like in one of his songs, he says, Father, he says, don't let the Obia Waka them get no rewards. So don't let these negative energies keep you down. Transmute that energy. Fight back. What's control and tactics? The North Node. How do you fight back? By stepping into your North Node. Now, if this is someone trying to control someone in their North Node, someone who is on their path, someone who is in their purpose, yeah, that's a no-no. That's not going to end very well. What is this control and North Node? It's like somebody trying to stop you from stepping. It's like they want to keep you in your South Node. Closed off, guarded, and resistance. Okay. Anything else that they need to release, Spirit? The confusion and illusions. Right behind it, you have the Nine of Cups energy, which is wish fulfillment. So once someone moves away from whatever this illusion is, or they start seeing things clearly and take off the rose-tinted glasses, your wish fulfillment comes in. You have some sort of growth here. And for some of you, you enter into the union or partnership that you're supposed to be in. Give me one for that. Rose-tinted glasses. Apology and forgiveness. It's that energy of, they're saying, I once was blind, but now I see. Okay. So, let's end this reading out for my, oh no, let's get where your focus should be at this time. For the masculines, where should their focus be? Thank you, Spirit. You have Cupid, love. It says, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. It says, your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this awakening. It says, allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glory aspects. You have release and surrender. It says, we shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you have held tightly gripped within your hands. It says, open your hands, arms, and heart to our love and assistance. And then you have child. It says, you care deeply about children, and they readily respond to your love. It says, all children, including your own inner child, requires love, affection, and attention. It says, we can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. Now, how do you want to end this reading for my masculines? Thank you, Spirit. Anything else? Look at that. And one more. Thank you. So, it's coming in the light bulb. Up this way is what I was trying to say. So you see that energy where I was saying first I was blind, but now I see? You have wise counsel. It says seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along. You have divine flow. It says let go of attachment to the outcome and let the universe bring gifts. And then you have fantasy land. It says make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. So, masculines, that is the energy that I've picked up here today for you. I do hope that something has resonated for you. If it has, I do ask that you hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. But if this is where we part, masculines, stay safe, Love and light, guys.